Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here, and I'm happy to say that I'm featured designer today for the load prompt. Load is the Layout a Day challenge over at Scrap Happy. And our theme this time, this month for load, is space nerds. So our prompts are inspired by space-themed movies or books or whatever. And mine is based on The Martian, and the idea is that when you are going into space, you're limited in what you can take with you. And so this brought to mind the old thing of if your house catches fire, what do you grab and take with you? And one of the answers always is photo albums. And so I began thinking about that. I have about 140 12 by 12 scrapbook albums, so I'm not going to be able to grab them all. And I organize my albums in probably a very personal way, as we all do. But one of the categories is Miscellaneous Us. Now, if I'm scrapping a photo in the same year that I took it, it goes in that year's album. So the 2023 album, if I take a picture in 2023 and sort of. If, however, I'm going back and scrapping photos from the past in 2023, 2023, it's easy for me to say, then if it's photos of Katie, for example, I have a Miscellaneous Katie set of albums, Miscellaneous Ava, Miscellaneous Barrett, and so forth. And I also have a Miscellaneous Us. So these are photos of the two of us, or it could be a photo of one of us, either me or John, and taken by the other, and where the story is about us, something we did, someplace we went, and so forth. And I've picked this goofy photo of us by the swimming pool at the Y, taken a few years back, and he was being silly. He put my hat on, and James snapped a photo of us. And I like it. I happened to see it. It ran by in some memory on Facebook, and I decided, oh, someday I want to scrap that. So I downloaded it from Facebook, and I made it a favorite. And now is when I'm going to scrap it, because I'm going to say that what I would take, the thing that's very precious to me, are the memories I shared with this man. And they are, in large part, chronicled in this Miscellaneous Us series of books. Still not just one album, but quite a few. I think there's 6 of those. But, and so I'd probably give up food in order to be able to take those 6 albums. So I've got a limited, I decided, in the spirit of limiting oneself, I decided to go through and pick some of my favorite supplies from some of my favorite designers, and it turned out to be one of my favorite designers, who happens to be Vicki Boutin, and there's several different collections represented, and some of my favorite flair. And the other part of the challenge, the technique part of the challenge, is to do something different for your title, not using like alpha stickers or things like that, for example. So I stamped with the craziest stamp set these letters, and they spell Miscellaneous Us. I'm putting foam on the back of them now. And I'm going to kind of describe to you what I have in mind. I'm going to do, when I assembled the supplies, it stood out to me that a green and blue background might be nice, and I want something to look a little bit ethereal, spacey, if you will. And then I want to have a kind of a cluster right around here and have some mixed media up here and then down here and kind of curving around the cluster. And so, and then the title, because these letters are kind of big, the title is going to take up some space kind of right across here, and it may overlap an element on the in the cluster. So I'm sorry I didn't put these foam pads on here earlier. I usually think about stuff like that. In fact, I did think about that, and I got off on some other thing. I have some stamps here, mostly texture stamps like these, and these are from the same stamp set that the alphas came from. It was I've had it for a very long time, almost as long as I've been scrapping, and so like since 2011, so 12 years. And let's see, one more little thing, the period to go miscellaneous. And as I was fussy cutting those letters out, I was glad I didn't spell out miscellaneous. I don't think it would have fit on the page. So what I'm going to do is my latest favorite way to create backgrounds is to use baby wipes and then stamp over it in a tone-on-tone look. So I'm going to do that again, this time with a little bit different colors than I've used in the past and a little different kind of idea to it. I'm going to kind of I kind of want this to look like it's floating up into space. That's my kind of obvious nod to the spacey theme. And I'm just gonna kind of go through here with the same, or with the new color. And that first color was Mermaid Lagoon. This is Evergreen Bough. And this is Rustic Wilderness. And some of the abrupt edges that you see here will somewhat be covered. My plan is that they'll be covered by the stamping. So. Okay, that's my, that's the first part of the background. I'm going to do some stamping in the mowed lawn color that I just used, and this dotty stamp. Now I'm going to go back to the rustic wilderness, and I'm going to use kind of right here in this big part, I'm going to stamp with this stack of books. There we go. And I'm going to do another one kind of off the page up here. Oops, it didn't take. Well, that's okay. I don't hate that. I'll do this with another color maybe. Let me kind of wipe that off a bit. And in fact, what I should do is maybe kind of blot it off anyway. That's kind of the same as stamping on another sheet of paper. And I'll maybe go like so. Very obscure there. Not quite. That one is even less so. I'm going to stop with that stamp and put it aside. Now I'm going to go with the evergreen bough and use these kind of starbursty looking things. These are not the best quality stamps in the world, but I don't have any other stamps that are as interesting. Certainly the alphas are unique. Okay, that gives me the kind of spacey, starbursty looking look that I was going for. I'm going to do this in the Mermaid Lagoon color as well. And kind of go a little bit heavier on those. Okay, and then I'm going to do right there. Okay. And another one there. Now I'm going to try to kind of push some of those a little bit to the background. I've got this stamp. It's a 2003 Stampin' Up! Stamp that I got from a friend who was moving from scrapbooking and card making into quilting, and she just kind of was offloading her stash. These are little swirls that are made of dots, and they're just as cute as they can be. Okay, so I've got my background done, I think. I did want to use this little guy. In a few places, and intentionally stamping it incomplete. Okay, so that kind of looks like it's trailing off into space. I thought about doing it in like it was flames in fire colors, and I decided that might look a little too creepy. So I'm gonna go with, I'll go with this. Now, to build my cluster, I think I'm done with baby wipes. So I will put those away on the floor, put them away on the floor. Okay, I thought since we kind of have a little bit of an extreme traveling theme. I'm going to kind of turn this over before I'm going to kind of turn it on the edge to give it a little bit of dimension without foam. I'm going to do that. And then I want this because in those books, there are literally tons of, and tons is what it would feel like if I tried to drag them out of the house or onto a spaceship. Tons of photos of us in tropical locations. And so a tropical leaf from Sweet Rush just kind of seemed appropriate. And there's that ticket there. I have other here. Okay, I have a tag with a map on it. I'm going to put the photo a little bit askew there. And I'll put I'm just going to put enough adhesive on it, where it's going to hide. So I'll go there. And I've got a butterfly to further reinforce that whole flying away theme. And again, I'm mixing collections. I think this is from Let's Wander. And I think that's where this ticket is also from. This butterfly, I'm pretty sure, is from Fernwood. And I have a colorful camera from Sweet Rush that I thought might look nice right back there. I'm using a foam tape kind of just at the top. Okay, and I have, let me put this green, these are abstract flare, and I think that's what the set is called. It's abstract, maybe not. I'm going to put that grayish one there, and I will maybe do some other embellishing there. I'll figure out, I have some words I want to pull from there. And I thought down in here, one of the reasons I wanted to do that little circle there is because it somewhat mimics these pie charts. And I wanted a pie chart. Well, I know that I was going to put one up here. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll give it a little bit less dimension. Okay, there. And then maybe this one could go right there without dimension, because my title is going to go right under here, and journaling in the white spaces. So let me get my T-square, and do some lines for my journaling. I have not decided exact. Let's see. I know that I'll put that there, so I'll know that my lines can only go up to here. And I'm going to kind of draw them on with my black pen. And I'm not going to go crazy worrying about the spacing or matching up the lengths of the lines or the ending points. But I want enough lines in here to get all the words in. So I will draw in more if I need them, but for now that's going to be for my journaling. Put this away and let me get the title on there. I want the S from us to be there, and I have to see if that leaves me room for the rest of the title. I'm gonna have to move this over a bit, and that's okay because I envisioned it on top of that. Okay, so that's where that's gonna go. And this flare, I suppose, could go right there, or even, yeah, let's do that. And then I may use it to anchor some word strips. So I'll just kind of lay that there. And then I've got a nice little triangle of the flare. I have this take your camera, and I've got this not the whole story. So I'm maybe gonna put that right there, indicating that whatever albums I take, it's not going to be the whole story. And the let it go is kind of, I don't know, it spoke to me. It may be a bit, I don't know, morbid or negative or maudlin or one of those negative words, but I kind of like it. And up here on this one, I think I'm just going to use I'll just use a little star there. I'm going to use a little star here. And I'll use one. Okay, there. I'm going to have to use a heart. And I want to use these color wheels. This is from Fernwood. And I want to put them on foam and bring them down kind of around the title. Maybe right like so. And this one actually inspired the color theme of for the background. Inspired me to go get out my miscellaneous greens and blues. I'm gonna kind of put them together there, and then I can use this little star to complete that trio of elements. Okay, that's enough stickers. Now all that's left is to put the letters on. And then fill in the journaling. And basically I'm just going to tell the story of what I would take with me in case of a fire or a space mission. And I hope the space mission is more likely to happen than the fire. But among my prized possessions, there's hardly anything more prized. At this stage of the game, I think most people prize their memories, their families and their memories. Okay, so I'm done. I love this page because, like all load prompts, this one made me think and feel. I don't know how the team, Alice and the team, consistently do that, but it brought some emotions to the surface, and of course a lot of my emotions are focused on my life and my love and my loss. So I don't think that's unusual, but this made me think about what's really precious to me. And you know what? I'm also thinking about that those letters are farther down, but if I put something over here to balance that, how about this? Kind of tucked under that M. That kind of brings your eye up and it fools you into thinking that maybe that's not as, that this doesn't slant up as much as it actually does. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So, and sweet Miscellaneous Us makes sense, actually, more so than maybe some of the others. I like this little thing that says life. The little tab. I'm going to add it on there, and it kind of fits with the blue color scheme. I need to put things away because I'll just keep adding stuff. So thank you for watching, and I hope you'll check out the load prompt. There's tons of inspiration, and you just will never, ever get prompts or challenges as intriguing as the ones that you get there. So thanks for watching. Bye.